I assume flipping right now is just not happening.
I mean, it is happening. It's just a lot more challenging, man. Like right now, when it comes to the economy, it comes to the banking industry, when it comes to real estate, it just feels like the perfect storm.
But how is flipping happening? I mean, are you going out and looking at properties?
We're still actively running the business. Obviously, we're very selective on what we buy, but it's California. We are essential. And we're still selling houses. It's a little bit slower, but we are still moving property.
All right, let me ask you this. If I'm thinking of putting my house on the market, should I just wait?
You know, I wish I had that crystal ball, but if I were a homeowner today looking to sell my house, I would wait a few weeks to see what happens. It's hard to say where we're going to be at in a month, 2 months, 6 months, but I do feel like we are headed into a down cycle. And if someone's looking to cash out and get the most amount of money possible, I do believe the sooner the better.
Tarek, if your house is already on the market, what are you seeing? Are they doing virtual open houses? Is that successful? And if you're a buyer and you're willing to go out to actual open houses, what's the opportunity for you?
I mean, right now, if you're a buyer, this is your opportunity to try to get a deal because there are sellers out there that have to sell right now, whether they're going through divorce, whether they got laid off, people have to sell. So as a buyer, it's a really good time to pick up a deal. As a seller, if you need to sell, there are still buyers out there, but it's just tough because people aren't leaving their houses. The banking industry is changing guidelines, so buyers aren't qualifying. It's just a mess right now.
So if I'm a buyer, should I feel good going out there and taking advantage of someone's distress at a time like this?
That's an interesting question. Whatever they pay today, it's probably more than they would have paid 2 years ago. So it's still a good deal for the seller.
What's
so
your
let me ask you another question. Go
Sorry
ahead,
about that,
Rahel.
Tyler. Well, you know, Tarek, I was just wondering, what does your risk appetite have to be like? If you are buying in this market, you certainly don't have any more certainty than the person who's selling. How long should you be prepared to hold on to this before you can possibly make a profit?
You know, on every deal I'm looking into, I'm looking at an exit strategy. If I don't feel I can get out of that property within 5 months with a hefty profit, I just won't do the deal. Because 5 months from now, that hefty profit that's there today might not be there tomorrow. So I have to be very careful in what I buy.
You said earlier you think that we're in for a bit of a downturn in housing. Job instability and unemployment are the enemies of a robust housing market. Is that why you think the market is going to go into a downward phase, and how long do you expect it to last?
I mean, it's a combination of things. I mean, we've been in an appreciating real estate cycle since 2010. We are in 2020. So with or without coronavirus, it is time for the real estate market to change, in my professional opinion. So I do feel coronavirus is putting fuel on the fire. You know, people are losing their jobs. They're not going to qualify for loans. Banking are changing their guidelines. People aren't getting in cars to look at houses. Sellers that need to sell have to take less money. It's like everything that can cause the market to go down is happening all at the same time. But at the same time, I do feel once the coronavirus starts slowing down or the bad news starts going away, I do think we're going to have a surge in the market because a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines. So it's going to be really tricky what happens the next couple of months.